We all know the RTX 4090 costs around 10 lungs with 45 cents. But what if I told you that you can get a full gaming PC build with this GPU for the price of just one 4090? I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I will show you today. I will show you a gaming PC that I believe it's good value if you want the RTX 4090 on your PC build. Now, it's not going to be cheap, but I think that is the cheapest great 4090 PC build. Of course, you can go cheaper, and at the end of the video, I will explain on how to go a bit cheaper and also some upgradability paths in case you're a content creator. So it's really important for you to watch this whole video if you want to save up some money. You will have the links to all of the components mentioned down below in the video description for the latest pricing. That said, let's start. With the CPU, I picked the i5-13600K. This is a great CPU and it won't bottleneck the 4090. It's insane that nowadays the i5s can be paired with the latest and greatest GPUs, so that's awesome for the market, and this will be fast enough for 4K gaming. Trust me, there's no need to go for an i7 or the i9 unless you are a professional content creator. Then for the CPU cooler, I picked the Thermal Ride Assassin 120 CPU air cooler. This one will be enough for the 13600K. However, if you want to do overclocking or you want a better CPU performance, I do recommend you upgrading to a $60 CPU cooler. Don't worry about it, you will have the upgraded cooler also down below in the video description. That way you can get the best performance for just around 30 extra bucks. Then for the motherboard, I picked the ASRock Z690 Phantom Gaming 4 ATX motherboard. This one is all that we are going to need for this type of PC build. Now, like I said, if you're a content creator, you want to spend around 50 extra bucks for a better audio quality motherboard, but if your thing is gaming, this one for 140 bucks, it's great and it has BIOS flashback. Then for the memory kit, I picked the Corsair RGB Pro SL 16 gigs kit. This one is 2x8, of course, dual channel at 3600 MHz CL16 memory. This is a really fast DDR4 memory. You definitely do not need to go DDR5, and yes, maybe you gain some performance, but it's not going to be noticeable anyway, and the price difference is still a bit high for the type of performance that you gain. Then for the storage, I picked the ADATA XPG 1TB of Gen 3 SSD for 80 bucks. This is going to be super fast, and trust me, if you go for Gen 4 SSD, you're not going to see any gaming performance. The only thing that you're going to be able to do is open your games a bit faster, but we are talking about seconds of difference, so if you ask me, I don't think it's worth the price difference to go with Gen 4 unless you're a content creator. Then for the graphics card, and the most important part here, we have the Asus TUF Gaming OC RTX 4090. This one is going for 1800 bucks, and I want to say that by the time that I'm recording this video, this one is in stock. However, it goes out of stock really quickly, but as soon as you see it in stock, you should buy it, because 1800 bucks, yes, it's around $200 above MSRP, but considering the other 4090 prices right now, those are insane, and remember, we are talking about a value gaming PC build. Then for the case, we need a big case because we know the 4090 is really big, and that's why I picked the Fractal Design Pop XLR ATX case. This one has a front mesh panel and the airflow is going to be excellent for just 125 bucks. If you want something that's nicer in your opinion, that's totally fine, you're going to spend more money, but this will be enough for our build and it's going to give us plenty of airflow. And last but definitely not least, we have the power supply. I picked the Superflower LiteX Platinum SE 1200 watt 80 plus platinum power supply. This one is around 190 bucks, and remember, the 4090 is really power hungry, so we will need a 1200 watt power supply. Maybe you can get away with 1000 watts, but if you want to be on the safe side, 1200 will be the best option, and this is an A tier rated power supply, of course. That way you don't risk any of your components. So after I mentioned all of these components, the total price will be 2763 bucks. Remember that when you're watching this video, the price might be higher or might be lower. That's why I highly recommend you checking the latest prices down below in the video description, as well with the upgrades and downgrades. That way, if it's too expensive for you, you can do some downgrades without losing much performance. That way you get the price down. And the insane part about this is that there are 4090 GPUs on the market right now going for $3600. This is a lot of money and it's around $1,000 extra than this whole PC build. So if you want a 4090 PC build that's good value, I think that my build is going to be a great option. However, let me know in the comment section what do you think about the components that I chose and if you would change anything for gaming. Now let's talk about the things that you can downgrade on this PC to make it a bit cheaper without losing performance. So if you want to make it cheaper, the two things that I would downgrade is the storage and memory kit. I will go with the Alloy 16GB kit with non-RGB DDR4 3600MHz CL18 memory for $45, and then the storage I would pick the Western Digital Green SN350 960GB of NVMe Gen 3 SSD, and the total price of the gaming desktop would be down to $2,700, which is a really good price. And here you're losing a bit of performance because of the memory speeds, and the SSD is going to be a bit slower, but just for gaming, like I said, you're not going to notice a difference. However, if you want RGB and you want something more aesthetic, then I wouldn't recommend you downgrading the RAM, and you will also be gaining some performance with the faster timing. And if you want to go even cheaper, you can go with the i5 12600K for $20 less. However, I do not recommend you doing this downgrade because the 13600K, like I just mentioned, is $20 more expensive and it's going to give you much better performance paired with the RTX 4090. But if you want something even cheaper and you don't want to spend those extra $20, feel free to go with the i5 12600K instead. Then if you want to spend more money, especially for content creators, if you're just going to do gaming, I do not recommend you doing these upgrades aside from the memory. But the things that you want to upgrade, first of all, the memory kit, I will go with 32GB of RAM. This will help you out with video editing, content creation, and also multitasking and streaming. So if you're a streamer or you want to start doing professional streaming, 32GB of RAM is going to be the sweet spot. And if you're a content creator, depending on the programs that you use, 32GB of RAM might be the sweet spot, or you may need more. So if you need more, feel free to go with 64GB of RAM instead. And then I changed the motherboard to the ASRock Z690 Extreme Wi-Fi. This one has Wi-Fi included and also better audio quality. And content creators know that audio quality is super important, so that is a huge upgrade. However, if you're just a gamer, do the memory kit upgrade only if you want to do streaming. And then if you want to take this PC build to the next level as a content creator, you will need to upgrade the CPU, and because you upgrade the CPU, you will need to upgrade the CPU cooler as well, and then the SSD, because as content creators, we know that files are really large, so you're looking to get at least a 2TB SSD, and you're going to be spending around $200 extra packs, so it's a good amount of money. And this video it's about a value gaming 4090 PC build, that's why I'm not going to mention those upgrades, but you will have them featured down below in the video description. And also, if you're looking for a Prebuilt PC instead of a PC build at this price point, you will have my video about the best Prebuilt PCs of the month in the top right of the screen. But most importantly, I recommend you clicking the bell button because I will be uploading Black Friday deals. So if you want to wait until Black Friday and see the best prices, click that bell button. I will upload them as videos and also as posts. That way you don't have to keep up with the market every single day. And also, one of my subscribers created a Discord, and I will leave that in the video description and also in the comment section. So thank you so much for JH Racer. He's been amazing. He wanted to create me a Discord, and that is really nice of him. So big shout out to the guy, a big shout out to all of my subscribers. I love you all. We are really close to 10k subscribers. That is going to be insane. I want to make a giveaway for Christmas. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but if it is, keep in mind that I will be doing one. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.